Past Grandworthy Matron Julia Edwards, why did you become an Eastern Star?
I became an Eastern Star because my sister was already a member, and I had been thinking about the activities that the Eastern Stars were having. And then my husband joined Ionic Lodge number 17, and I was nosy. So I decided that I would go ahead and join.
And what year did you join your chapter?
I joined Martha chapter in 1959.
Who were your vouchers?
Anna B. Holly, my sister, and past assistant grand lecturer Josephine Lash.
I know how your sister influenced you, but how did Josephine Lash influence you?
Because she was so well versed, and she was active and aggressive and very friendly, and she was a good friend of my sister's.
What year were you worthy matron, and what do you remember as some of your accomplishments?
I was worthy matron in 1972. And during that year, my main activity was a musical birthday pageant where I divided the chapter into birthday groups. And it was a contest among the chapters, among the groups. And it was quite profitable, and it was a very nice program, according to the comments I received.
Prior to joining the Eastern Star, what were some of the things that you were engaged in?
Prior to joining the Eastern Star, I was a member. I joined Mount Horeb Baptist Church when I came from Virginia in 1956. And I was active in the church with the credit union. We organized a credit union. I was the vice president for a long time until the president passed in 1983, and then I became president for a long time.
What other organizations do you belong to?
I joined Zeta Phi Beta Sorority in 1944 when I was in college. I am a member of a whist club, the Elite Whist Club. I was born in Pamplin, Pamplin, Virginia, and raised there. Pamplin, Virginia is in Prince Edward County.
What other people in the Eastern Star motivated you?
Well, from the time I joined, I was motivated then because past Grand Master Josephine Yearwood was the Grand Patron, and the Grand Matron was from my chapter, Eleanor Lewis, and both of them were so outstanding, and Odessa Price was the worthy matron. And all three of those were great influences, as well as my sister and the other past matrons. Most of the other past matrons and patrons were awesome to me. Even past grand patron John Smith. I guess everybody remembers his name.
You became a grand worthy matron. And what year was that?
I was a grand lecturer first.
You were a grand lecturer. And what year were you grand lecturer?
I was a grand lecturer in 1976 under past grand matron Justine H. McCall and past grand patron Banks.
Maurice Banks.
Maurice Banks.
And then from there, you went on, took your journey to the Grand East of the Georgia Thomas Grand Chapter.
Well, I hadn't really decided to run for that office for a while. Um, my sister ran for several years, but her husband became sick, so she stepped down. And my chapter asked me to run, and past Grand Master Yearwood said to me, "If you're going to run, you better hurry up and do it because a lot of people are getting itchy feet."
Wanting to run themselves.
Yeah. And past Grand Matron Rosa Murray said to me that she had once said she would never vote for another past Grand lecturer. You might have to take that out. But if I ever ran, she would vote for me. So I had encouragement not only from my chapter but from others.
Mm-hmm. That's nice.
So when my sister stepped down and the chapter asked me to run, I decided I would go ahead and try.
Did you win on the first try out there?
Yes, I did.
All right. They were ready for you. So you've seen the Grand Chapter go through a lot of transitions since the time that you were in the Grand East. So where do you see the Grand Chapter going today? Where do you see us going from here?
To be honest, I think we still have to make some changes. New changes are fine, but sometimes the old way is the best way. And I think we're going to have to make a few changes if we are to survive. Because we're bringing the newer members in, and for some reason they're not showing the interest that they should show.
Yeah.
They join, and then some of them you don't see again, or they are not responsible. They will take a position, and they will stay at home when they know they're supposed to be at the meeting.
So would you say the same about the youth in our organization?
No, I think the youth is improving. They are doing a lot of things that they've never done before. And I think it's keeping them on the right track because more has to be done because of the way, the situation in the world in the United States.
I believe you kind of answered this next question already because it says, what prior Grand Matron influenced you most? And you said that Eleanor Lewis was the Grand Matron when you came in.
Mm-hmm.
So she was a motivating force for you.
And the other one was Bertha Bragg.
And Bertha Bragg.
She was the Grand Matron when I was the Worthy Matron. Bertha Bragg, Justine McCall, and Alice Lee. Well, some of the things that I did when I was Grand Worthy Matron.
Yes.
We used to have receptions, combined receptions, the Grand Worthy Matron and the Grand Worthy Patron. So Reverend Boykins and I had our reception together. And of course I needed to raise some money as soon as I was in the office.
Yeah.
So I had brunch and fashion show at Lord and Taylor's, which gave us enough money to really get started. The ladies who were matrons when I was Grand Lecturer asked if they could share the birthday activity for me.
If they could share it.
Yeah, okay. The program and the activity, birthday and founders, and they did. They did a beautiful job, and they raised quite a bit of money. They sold jewelry and some of everything. Okay. And they had a very lovely program. Then we participated in the YWCA's foray, and we won first prize for the display and second prize for the amount of money turned in.
And those programs ran for a long time
Mhm.
before we don't see them anymore.
Well,
the soiree we don't go to anymore.
No, I think that was a good project because you were helping the young people when you did that. And as grandmother matron, I sponsored the musical birthday pageant again, and we raised over $9,000 on it.
Oh.
So that was quite profitable.
So when you say musical pageant, were people showing their different talents?
No. What happened was I had the choir from Shiloh Baptist Church. It was held at Shiloh Baptist, singing the songs.
Yes.
And then the members of the order were doing the pageantry part.
Okay.
We had a display for each month of the year, for each holiday.
Sounds interesting.
Mm-hmm. Like for graduation, we had Dr. Marshall was the presenter of the diplomas, the certificates.
Oh.
And Easter, we had someone, I think, what's his name? From my chapter, he's dead now. Dixon.
Dixon.
He was carrying the cross. It was a display for every month and every holiday.
But you sold tickets for that.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
It was a contest among the chapters.
Okay.
So we gave first, second, and third prize. And my sister Moselle was living then, so naturally Martha chapter 1 because she was a money raiser. Excuse me. I gave, I went to the Mullen Spingarn archives, and I donated money to the Children's Center on Brentwood Road. I can't think of the name of it now. But anyway, it's where the ISIS used to go and pack envelopes. Because I went with them over there a couple of times.
One thing I think about is the children's home. I don't think they call it that.
I'm not talking about St. Anne's.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not talking about that. This was over there on Brentwood Road, and it's for children, sick children.
And do you remember the collective name of your worthy matrons?
It's one that shouldn't have been Seraphims, Seraphims.
Why do you say that?
Because it's the wrong kind of angel. It's an angel, but it's the wrong kind.
That's cute. Do you remember where your Queen Esther Day was held?
At Mount Horeb Baptist Church.
Of course.
And there we presented our scholarships. That was before the Grand Lodge encompassed all of the other organizations in there.
And the one jurisdictional scholarship program.
Yeah.
So you did it on Queen Esther Day. And did it follow like that for some years until such time as we started this jurisdiction?
Oh, yeah, it was like that for a long time.
Okay. And I remember an annual sermon that we used to have every year.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing today that was akin to that?
I don't know. I did have an annual sermon too.
The Eastern Star used to have an annual sermon every year.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't do that anymore.
No, several things we used to do, they don't do. And of course I traveled to our sister chapters, grand chapters on the East Coast.
And now they go all the way to the West Coast.
And overseas.
And overseas. Yeah, that was a question too. Travel to other jurisdictions, and you kept your travel to the East Coast because we had not expanded to to the Midwest and West
No.
at that time?
I went to. I didn't go. I sent a representative to Massachusetts,
Yeah.
but I went to Connecticut, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, and New Jersey's session was so that I could go to that. It didn't conflict with our session.
Yeah.
New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, West Virginia, North Carolina, and I don't think I went to South Carolina for that. But no, that wasn't my year when we went to South Carolina. But I went to South Carolina for one of the conferences.
Okay.
And the year I was a grand matron, the conference was held in New Mexico. So we really enjoyed that. They took us over, gave us a little bus trip over to the next state, Iowa.
Yeah.
Didn't have too much time, but anyway, we enjoyed it. At that time, we were still having visitations where the past grands marched in.
Yes.
And it was so
It
beautiful.
was so beautiful. I remember that.
And we had that. I can't think of anything else, but I know it's something else. But that's all. That's enough.